time for him. Gets called when I'm trying to make medical malpractice claims. If I have to get arrested to find out who was accusing me, you up.
Warm, innit?
Yeah. If I have to get arrested to find out who it is that's accusing me, maybe I'll just do that, because it's getting a bit ridiculous. If I can't sunbathe, and I have deliberately taken temps. Look, man, you might be alright, but I've had some problems with the police. You might be alright, but the fact is, I take deliberate steps to cover myself up. Right. I'm not trying to expose myself. It's not just about me. I do not like to be seen. I don't like to expose myself. I don't like people looking at me when I'm naked.
Okay.
But I'm trying to get some sun. I'm trying to get it sorted out. You can tell me where I can go. You tell me anywhere.
Where is there around here that you could go?
Because that would be fantastic. Because there is a field in Coney Heath that's close to some people that I'm quite comfortable with. Tell me a field. Any field that I can go to. It's preferably within walking distance. You give me a couple of quid, I'll take a bus. But maybe I'll be able to afford it myself. Because I'm at the food bank now because I've been paid the proper benefits. Give me a place where I can go. I'll go there ASAP. I don't want to have to do it in this garden. I'm uncomfortable with residents looking at me as they are looking at me. I don't want to be looked at.
One thing you could do, instead of sort of doing things in a different way, could you get yourself one of those windbreaker things? You know that.
That's what. Look, and you sound alright. It's just I've had some serious problems with the police, but. With windbreakers, I'd already thought of that. I just didn't think it would be particularly effective. I mean, that's why if it was someone in this block that's complaining, that would make a difference, because the windbreaker wouldn't make any difference for them because they've got their windows that can look down. Right. If that's the angle from which they've been complaining, if that's right, tell me, has it been someone from outside or inside? Because if someone's inside, the windbreaker is not going to make a difference because they'll still be able to look at me from should be looking at me from.
Well, there's more than one. And if I'm honest, I don't honestly know. I know that one was from the park side, but I don't know about the second. I genuinely don't.
Well, because if you look at where those towels are positioned and where you would be if you were lying down, don't.
Should we go out and have a look? Let's see if we can.
Let me spot my keys. I generally couldn't find my keys.
That's alright.
Right. Yeah. Because if you look at how the towels are positioned, it's deliberately so it can be as few people seeing me as it possibly can be. Because I suppose I could put it in that corner there, but I think there was shade at the time. Because here, if I go here, bright in passes by. But as far, because it's as close to the shade as you can get without being in shade, look down here, very few people can see me, and she can as well, but I don't think Elsa's ever really had a problem with me, so I don't think it would have been her, because she's actually quite fond of me. And I'm lying down so she can't even see me from her window.
Right.
I mean, these people, you get a windbreaker there, it barely makes any difference because you can barely see me through there anyway. The main problem is there, but then again, if I windbreak all that area, they can all still see me from up there. But I still say, if you don't like it, then don't look. Close your curtains while I'm out here.
Okay, well, I'll have to speak to the reporting people and see whether they want to make it official or not. So we are here to try and keep the peace and keep everyone happy.
Well, like I said, it don't, because I mean, look, if I'm lying down here, I mean, the only place where there's a real problem is down there, from that end. How many people pass by there? It's very few. The people who pass by there can barely see anything because it's a moment when you're walking past. So we'd have to, I mean, in all honesty, I was probably Jan because when I was listening to music when I first moved in, she went ballistic. She didn't even bother to introduce herself, say, could you please turn it down? She seems to use every excuse possible to call the police. So she's probably a problem as well. Donna, I don't think she would complain because we're friends. This guy I barely know. He's just moved in, so I don't know him well. And like I said, 44 and 45, they're both friends of mine. None of them are problems with me.
All I can say is we'll be mindful of who's around. If people report it and they want something done about it, then it'll be for you to justify why action is not taken.
Well, I would need to identify them and speak to them personally because I'm not trying to cause a stir here. All I'm trying to do. This is the best place, the most secluded spot I can get. If I stick a windbreaker up there, everyone can still see. I don't want people to see anything.
What about now, while the sun's here, being down in this corner out of the way?
Well, you'd still have problems.
Well, no, but if you had a windbreaker here, I appreciate this has got a bit of rubbish around, but if you were here, then and you put a windbreaker there, then you know they're looking in that direction. That's across here.
Yeah, but are you sure? Because they've got neighbours.
But if you're here, then
I mean, you can still see up there. I mean, I'm all for a better solution, but they can still see me from there. And they might complain.
they might, but you're saying that.
I would do if you think if you would let me be here and try it out.
It's like I say, I cannot tell you what to do and what not to do. I can tell you we've had the complaint, and that.
I'll tell you what, because I actually can't really afford much at the moment.
Right.
I've got problems.
Use the two wheelie bins. Got two wheelie bins there.
Yeah, that's a good point. Stick them where.
They're there, aren't they? Two wheelie bins. There. Still got a bit of sun here. No one's overlooking, and then you're out of the way.
Right.
You might have to do a little bit of gardening in the first instance for a couple of minutes, but.
Sonia, what do you make of that when you do your analysis about this case?
What the?
Have you ever heard about that? Because things I was really sick last year, really
Right.
sick, and I wanted to demonstrate that I actually had a medical problem, that it wasn't all in my head, like
Right.
something like that. So I took urinalysis kits for myself,
Yeah.
and I tested them myself,
Yeah.
and there were some positive results, and they were consistent. There were many positive results over time, all showing the same thing. So that was stuff I bought from Amazon. So I thought, well, nobody's really going to care about that. I need to get it done officially,
Right.
get it recognised properly. So I go to a doctor, a GP, to get that done. So we take it, she dips it. But the thing is, a GP has to know this, even I know. You're dipping these sticks in, it actually says on the form, and she actually caught her lying, and I actually recorded her doing this. She lied the first time because we dipped them in. Glucose takes a minimum of 30 seconds, quite a few takes 60 seconds.
Right.
So you got to wait minimum, the barest minimum for any stick, at least 30 seconds you have to wait for removing from the sample. Just the complete result is in after 120 seconds.
Well, there's the Healthcare Commission, aren't there? And they're the people that look into it. So if you think there's malpractice, then you need to.
Yeah, but the thing is, they'll just cover it up. I've called all these people. I've said all these things. They don't care.
Well, can you not go back and get the samples redone? And then if they do the same practice, then you can say, come on.
Well, that's what I did. That's partly what happened. I'll tell you exactly what happened from start to finish with regards to this matter. In terms of this particular doctor, I go in, she dips it, she leaves it in for not nearly the correct amount of time, removes it in an instant, and then reads it straight out. Like, out, read, chuck it away, you're fine. But the thing is, she didn't actually chuck it away straight away. She left it and said, see, you're fine, you're absolutely fine. But as she was saying I was fine, the fucking indicator started to change. And she didn't want to hurt, she didn't want to prove it, she didn't want to know.
But what would she gain by doing it incorrectly?
Because the reason I'm sick is because of severe malpractice.
Right.
An injection I received made me very sick.
Right.
And I don't know if that's what she would have to gain by that. But they've been trying to say that it's all other things that have been causing it. Because look, man, I gotta tell you, I was a bodybuilder. I was strong. This is a twig now.
Right.
The whole last year, ever since they sectioned me last year, I lost.
I'm gonna go the shade.
Yeah, you've got all the gear on, haven't
Yeah.
you? Ever since I went in, I got their treatment. I got very sick. I got jaundiced eyes, which they denied. I recorded that on camera, took snapshots of my eyes. They were yellow on the sides. I started to bruise really easily. I couldn't walk for half the year. I got very sick. So all I was trying to do is try and demonstrate factually and have it on medical record. At least it's recognised as a physical problem. They don't want that. And then I went for blood tests a long time ago, about 8 weeks ago. It's an estimate. You're supposed to get results both from the GP, that's straight up procedure, but also I said, I don't trust my GP, can you send it through the mail?
Yeah.
I've got nothing, it's been way more than what
Can't you get referred and have to do blood at the hospital?
That's what I did. The bloods came from the hospital.
Right.
I've got no word of any results. Nobody says anything to me.
Then can't you ring up and get the results?
I'm going to do that, but then I also went to get to a GUM clinic just in case, because some of the people that treat you in the NHS are filthy. I mean, I'm not racist, but it's location, it's not colour. It comes from a filthy part of the world, and who knows what I might contract from them. So, and that's supposed to be coming 2 weeks. I haven't actually chased them up on this particular matter.
Right.
They don't seem to want to be doing anything about it. So, can you see what
No, I can
gripes on my
understand.
hand?
I can understand you've got mistrust. I mean,
And then when I tried to actually give myself what I need to get healthier and get better, the police come and I mean, you weren't as bad last time, because the last time I said you're going to get arrested for it. Well, what am I supposed to do?
like I say, we're here to try and keep the peace, keep as many people happy as we can. It's a reasonably secluded thing. Obviously, you've got residents here, you've got residents here, you've got park there. If you make all steps and then someone reports it, then that's...
Well, I'll take up your suggestion of using the bins, and if somebody calls you up again,
Yeah.
you're supposed to give me a case number so that I can refer this entire conversation to that, so that... I mean, look at me now. Do I look fucking healthy to you? I weigh like 57 kilos. And at this point, I wanted to be weighing at about 80. That was my goal.
Oh, right.
Before I got their wonderful medical treatment. Lost all my muscle. For about half a year last year also as well. I'm not anorexic, I just couldn't eat. It kills your appetite as well.
The reference for today is 328.
328.
328, and it's today's day. But I've got to go, because I've been here quite a while. Like I say, mate, if you take those reasonable steps, then
Well,
mate.
I understand that.
If there's further complaints, I'm going to have to reassess the situation, but...
Well, I just want to know, I had taken what I considered reasonable steps, as much as I could.
Yeah,
I'll do that.
We're moving on to an even better solution, hopefully, by putting you over there out the way.
Okay.
Alright?